So Dying Matters, and it is basically just a platform for people to open up conversations at home. You know, our typical British culture is it's not going to happen, or we don't want to talk about that. But it's to try and engage families to have that conversation, to know that that is the inevitable and that, you know, that's what will happen. So let's open up a conversation to say, what would you like when it comes to your funeral? Quite often people will come into the funeral home and say, you know, would your mum like burial, cremation, whatever? And they're not really sure because we don't talk about it. So it's to try and engage that conversation with families. I think sometimes when a family choose to have a direct cremation and not have a funeral, that chance to say goodbye, that is something they sometimes regret. They don't get the chance to say goodbye. They don't get family coming together to celebrate the life of that person. And quite often when I've sat with families arranging a funeral, they will say to me, this is what dad wanted, this is what mum wanted. And I will open that conversation to them. Is that what you want? Because then we can then tailor the funeral to their individual needs.
The research suggests that nearly 1 in 5 people regret choosing a direct cremation. Does that reflect what you're seeing on the ground with families that you're working with? Or
out of every 5 people that's interviewed, that one person still regrets that decision. It's a tough thing that they have to live with.
What is that sense of missing that closure? Actually, what does it look like in real life for people? How does it show up in the way people are grieving?
I believe people never sometimes come to terms with it. They wish that, you know, they maybe seek counselling. I believe that it's something that they'll often regret, thinking, we should have done this, we should have done that, and they struggle with that, and that doesn't help them move on with their grieving process.
Do you think people fully understand when they sort of choose it, what an unattended direct cremation would involve, or the gaps in people's awareness?
No, I don't believe families are aware of it. Recently, we had a family come into the funeral home and they say, you know, this is what mum had wanted. She'd organised a funeral plan with us. This is what she wanted. And we explained what that consists of. And she was horrified by that. You know, she said, you know, mum just wanted something simple. Oh, I will sort it. So as an independent, we have that flexibility that we were able to turn that around to not necessarily have a full funeral, but to make that something more bespoke that both of them would have been, you know, happy with.
What would you hope more generally for the future that Dying Matters Week is going to bring about?
I would just hope that it opens conversations to families, that they will, you know, talk about it, they will discuss it before it ever gets to the stage of somebody's actually poorly, that they'll open conversations at home. They can go and talk to the local independent funeral director. If they need more advice, they could always go to our website, which is handledwithcare.org.uk.